One of the other initiatives, I know this was a big initiative of yours, probably at this point over a year ago, was career paths. And I know when organizations think about career paths, I guess if you can kind of speak to the thought process behind it, what was involved, what's been the outcome of that. Obviously, people are familiar with career paths but most organizations don't have them.
Absolutely. And I think that this really became more really needed after the pandemic, right? Like people really wanted to understand where they could go and what they could do and what their path was and what was going to take them from A to Z in the fastest time frame or the not fastest time frame, whatever it may be. But it was a fun initiative. It took about 6 months to create. You have oh my gosh, we have over 30 roles here. And so each of those roles needs to see, hopefully at least a 4 to 5 year vision for themselves. Not every person is going to want to be in leadership. So you had to think about that. Not every person is looking for, monetary. So you have to think about that. But I think, we initiated them and they'll constantly be tweaked, right, as we move forward. And I think we've talked about how we'll kind of look at them every single year, especially given that it was the first iteration. But it was really important for me that when people came in their first month here, they could see what they could do to move to the next step and to really drive themselves forward. And I think what that does for people is it gives them a goal, a bigger goal, right? Like you have your goals every single month of what you need to achieve in terms of your KPIs, but this gave them something to look forward to, in the future in working with CRISP, which really helps from like a longevity perspective too.
And I think one of the other important things around the career paths was that they were not tenure-based, right? So it wasn't just you simply existed and you breathed oxygen and that was how you grew. And to your point, I think there was a lot of factors in the sense that, there's ways that somebody can grow. They can become more specialized in the existing role if they're in. They can move to more of kind of a management track where they're, leading other people. Their accountabilities can evolve. Like if you could speak to some of that.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of different components and we're probably missing some as we've made them. But, I think people want to learn, right? So you have to add a training aspect to it. People want monetary changes. They want financial growth as well. They want to grow their family. They want to grow, their net worth. They want, to invest in things. So you had to talk about, what would that monetary change look like as well. But the biggest part is, I personally do not believe that you should just get a raise every single year for the simple point of being here for a year. Loyalty is a huge part of being at an organization. And I think it's very important as leaders to look at that too. But you can have an extremely loyal team member that does not perform well at all. And those are the hardest to part ways with. The hardest because they want to be here. They're crispy, they love it, but they can't do it. And so, you have options of figuring out where they can go, but we really wanted to make the career paths KPI driven and make sure that it's not a perfect scenario. You don't have to hit 12 out of 12 months of your KPIs, but you have to at least hit a really great amount to continue to work for that base too, right? Don't forget when you're making career paths, when you're making incentives that you're still paying them, hopefully a healthy base to, continue to strive forward every single day.